Hi there. So today we're going to talk about 10 hard truths about starting over after 50. And yes, I have done this. In fact, I've started over 5 times in my life so far. And I am in my 60s. So I am Karen Hayes, and my business is Great Life Coaching for women over 50. So we are going to jump into this one. You will never have enough money. That is number one. So if you are over 50 and you're starting your life over and you're waiting for more money and you're waiting for having enough money so that you feel totally secure as you start over in this next chapter of your life, well, you'll be waiting a long time. Because I can tell you, you will never have enough money. You'll never have the amount of money that you think you need to start over and feel secure. So I would say just do it anyway. Otherwise, you won't start. And that is number one. Number two, you are not 30. I know you know this. You're not 30. And moving, in all areas of moving, making a move, packing, unpacking, moving boxes, even if you have a dolly, moving is a job for 30-somethings. It just is. 20s, 30-year-olds, they have got the energy for that. And, you know, you can do it. I know you can do it. I know we all can do it. But is it worth it? That's the big question, because it's not as easy as it used to be. Not to mention the fact that you have stairs oftentimes. Even if you're just going down the stairs, you've got to come back up. And yeah, it's a lot. So give up the moving job as much as you can. You can oversee it. You can be there. You can tell them where to go, what to do, where to put it, but you don't need to be the one doing it. Just keep that in mind. I know a lot of us are stubborn and we think that we can do everything that we did when we were 30, but we can't. Number three, your adult kids, if you have them, they have a life of their own. I'm sure you know that already. I don't need to tell you about that. However, they do not want to be included in your packing or your unpacking. They also don't want to be included in any of the moving boxes part either. They also don't want to come pick up things to get them out of your way either. So keep that in mind. Any adult kids, yeah, they're not interested in your move at all. They don't want to be a part of it. Imagine that. Number four, your friends, they are not going to come to your moving party. They are not. Don't even ask. It's just definitely not something that they want to be a part of. They care about you. You are their friend, that is for sure. But they want no part of it. Now, the after move party, yes, I think they'll love joining you for that. But just don't think that your friends are going to be there to help you move. Don't even ask. No. Number five, when you purge, and okay, let me start over. Did you realize you need to purge stuff? Because after 50, you probably have at least a storage building, maybe a 1-car garage, maybe a 2-car garage, maybe all 3. And when you make a move after 50, you most likely need to, at that point, realize it's time to get rid of the junk. So when you do your purging, another thing to remember about your millennial kids, they don't want your stuff. Nope. They don't even want their stuff. So if you are still holding their stuff in your storage building or your garage, most likely at this point, if they didn't already get it from you, it's yours to dispose of because they don't want it. They don't have a place for it. They don't store stuff like we do. Yeah. So I would say just keep in mind that they don't want it. If you have furniture, and I know there's some nice furniture. Sometimes you've accumulated it in your life. If you're blending a family together at this age, you've got double everything, sometimes more, 2 or 3 of the same things. And you really want to get rid of it, don't ask your kids because most of them do not want it. And they'll tell you that. I did have one. My husband and I together, we have 9 millennial kids. And some are married, and we have 7 grandkids at this point in time. We did have one of my kids, my daughter, was willing to take my extremely expensive solid wood furniture off my hands. And that was awesome because that was less I didn't have to get rid of. But nobody else wants it. They really don't. They live very simply. They don't need the clutter. They don't want your furniture or pretty much anything else. So just letting you know, keep that in mind, that if you think that you're going to be able just to pass it on, if they are millennial kids, that's probably not going to happen. But good luck. I wish you luck on that. Number 6. So you've had walk-in closets together. So if you've been married several years, you probably now have a walk-in closet with lots of room for lots of clothes and shoes and bags and hats and all kinds of things. Usually you're going to be downsizing after 50 most of the time. And if your walk-in closet is full of clothes that you have not worn for at least 2 years, I would say those need to go. You aren't going to have room, nor do you need them. And ladies, I know you have several sizes of clothes. I mean, we all did. Well, we all did do. I don't anymore because I figured out that I'm not going to wear those other clothes anymore. So I would suggest going through, if you're married, the husband only needs 1 Hawaiian shirt. They don't need 15 Hawaiian shirts, most likely. Also, you do not need 12 pair of black pants, 18 pair of black shoes, and 15 black tops. So it's time to reorganize. Just reorganize. Maybe it's time to buy some new clothes. But get rid of all the clothes that you don't wear and haven't worn for at least 2 years. Please do that. It's necessary, really. You'll feel so much better, I promise. Number 7. So this is so hard. I know. It was really, really hard for me. But we do not need to keep our high school drill team uniforms, cheerleader uniforms, or sports letter jackets. We don't need them. Where are you going to put them? There's only so much room for pom-poms and boots and all that other stuff, jackets and all that. Take a picture. You can do this, I promise. Take a picture and let it go. You will never need them again. They're fun to look at sometimes, but I think carrying those things around for decades, I think it's time. Let them go. Just do it. Take a photo. You can always look at it. Promise. That's the best thing to do. And number 8, you do not need 2 of everything. So if you blended your life in midlife, you're going to have, like I said, at least 2, sometimes more, of furniture, dishes, all of the cookware, everything. It's a lot. It's a lot. And you really need to get rid of it. I know, it's hard. And sometimes the best thing to do is just decide what your style is in your new chapter, because maybe it's time to redo some things. And don't forget though, the kids aren't going to want it most of the time. Put it on Marketplace, do what you need to do, but keep in mind, you don't need this extra stuff anymore. And follow suit of our kids. Get into some new, maybe it's time for that new sofa, or even that new reclining love seat, or new sectional. But the best thing to do, let it go. Move on. Blend your life together if you are newly married into your midlife. And if you've been together for 20 or 30 years, you probably are ready to see some new stuff. And so in doing that though, one piece I would recommend that you might want to spend a little bit of money on is maybe a new mattress. And think about that. Just a thought. Okay, so number 9. And I know this is another hard one. I know it is. That treadmill, if you have not literally stood on, walked on, or run on that treadmill, it's time to let it go. Just is. Hanging the clothes on it or whatever it's in your way, just let it go. Honestly, you can go outside, take a walk, enjoy the weather, have some fun outside. But that treadmill that's in the house, taking up all that space that you probably have not been on for a very long time, it's time to go. Let it go. Whatever you need to do, donate it, put it on Marketplace, whatever. Sometimes the kids might take that off your hands, sometimes, but most of them don't have room for that stuff anyway. But think ahead on this, and whether it's a treadmill, all the other workout equipment, if you don't use it regularly, you're not going to be using it. Let it go. And it's okay, really. You just need to reside yourself to the fact. And in fact, we actually have some exercise bands, and they're super easy just to hang up on hooks on the wall, and they don't take up any space. And you can still get the same benefit, or maybe more benefit, by using those than looking at the treadmill or the elliptical or any of the other equipment that you are currently taking up space with. And then number 10. Now keep in mind, there's probably more, but I'm just going to stick with 10 here for this particular video. Live in a place that supports your life going forward. And it's so hard to realize, but think ahead that we are aging. I know in our minds we're not. We're never going to be like our grandparents were. That's what we always say. But there will come a time that you're going to really be happy that you don't have stairs. Or maybe you have some stairs, just not a lot of stairs. And sometimes you need wider doorways because one day someone may need to sit in a chair that has to go through those doorways. And guys, these are just things that you have to think about, and we don't want to, because we don't see ourselves ever being in that situation. But I think we need to get real with that, and I think we need to understand that our life ahead is going to require some things that we're not used to. In fact, we already live those things now. So keep that in mind as you make these changes. And yeah, So I'd say I think I pretty much covered it for now.